extremely thin. You can actually breathe through it. From what I know, it's extremely expensive, I guess. We put it on some metal gritting across that we could raise with some metal dowels up at 1-inch increments, where we went from 1 inch up to 11 inches. See the metal dowel there. Is it at 1 inch? 6 inches. The max height of 11 inches. That's just what we started out testing. If we saw something interesting that we wanted to go beyond that, we could build a new system to raise it up higher. It's the same microphone again that we used, but this time we actually had to hang it from the ceiling because the legs of the tripod were too small to actually fit over our contraption that we used to lift up the micro-curve. The Wenger test room, one of their patent doors. Here's one of the tests that we did for the micro-curve. It was on Matt's laptop, and we had the source coming into it. I'll show you a video here where you can be looking at. So right here is going up to the left here is more decibels in the room. Going down to the right is less. So we'll get out to about 100, and then it'll start dropping down. And then once it gets down to 60 decibels or so, 40 decibels, it'll go and re-energize the room. Do 10 tests per 1 inch that we did, and then we'd go in and raise the inch up. This is actually the 10 tests here. You can kind of see it. We'll go through. And this down here is actually your y-axis is the time. Your x-axis is the frequency, and then you can see the intensity of how much sound is still in there versus like yellow is really strong, like a dark blue wouldn't be very strong. Our tests were a little bit flawed because we had forklifts driving by once in a while. And we had a Coke machine that was there that actually produced a frequency that we could pick up in our tests, so that's kind of constant. You'll see that over on the left-hand side. Nice. You can't really hear the low end of the frequencies because the microphone doesn't pick it out. You can hear that high-pitched buzzing right now. That's the text itself. That's the test results coming over right here. Down here at the bottom, that's where it first starts out at, that's where it has its 100 decibels, and then goes off into decay as more time passes. You can see there's our Coke machine. That's the actual test results from the micro-curve test. We just put in the 2, 4, 6, and 8 inch off the ground for airspace. Put in a lot more than that, and it just looks like a lot. So things that you would expect with creating more airspace is at lower frequencies you have more absorption because there's more space to capture that. And then at lower levels you think you get more of a higher range of frequencies. One thing that I didn't expect personally was I had 2 inches here at 2,000 hertz. We captured a lot more, but it didn't really carry over as we increased the space. It more did away the fact as that higher absorption moved over lower frequencies as we raise the height of it. The micro-curve for absorption versus spacing, we did it at 500 hertz, and this is, you can zoom in on it. What Wenger would look at in this is you can see the significant increase in absorption from 1 to 3, or no, 1 4 inches. Then after that it kind of plateaus. And we actually found a peak of airspace that's effective at this frequency range, which would be 9 inches. After that, you increase more and you start losing the effect of absorption. So they'd probably be looking at 4 inches off the wall or off their paneling, or maybe a little bit more if another frequency called for that. Okay, so SAA is similar to NRC, except you don't cut out the bottom and the top ranges. You just average can see overall absorption went up as we added space, and you can see towards the top it started to level out and maybe go back down a little bit. The overall learning that I got from this was the actual job of acoustics, working with Wenger. It's a fun place. I don't know if it's always that much fun. Once in a while, they do blow their hair out a little bit, but I learned a lot about education. Went over a lot of what kind of colleges I should be looking at, what kind of degrees I should be looking at. Neither of them started out with their actual acoustics degree. They started out, I think, Ron was mechanical engineering, Matt was with physics, then switched over to mechanical engineering. So I kind of opened things up a little bit, learned about Penn State and how they're more weaponry with the military, underwater stuff, which wasn't what I was looking for. So it was a good experience to actually learn what I should be looking for and what I should be looking for college, I guess. I'm most proud of is my independence. Before I came into this mentorship, I was almost hiding behind the rows when we first went in and met Rod. I didn't know what to think of the whole experience, but as it went along, I'd walk in, we had a small chat. It was just, it felt like another family. It was just an amazing feeling. And I got a lot of inspiration from this mentorship. I can really see what acoustics can do. It's not just in music. It can be used in automotive stuff as far as noise cancellation, cancellating generators, be used in the medical field as a broad spectrum of its possibilities. For my mentorship, I had to do an online portfolio. So this is my homepage here. But during and after I made a mentorship page, because I got so much passion from my actual mentorship, I put in a lot of passion quotes. Just kind of a brief overview of what mentorship is like. Any questions?
Yes. So your presentation is focusing on essentially sound deadening.
Sound deadening and overall acoustical testing, I guess.
Okay. Now, it's my impression of Wenger that you're creating these music rooms. So how does what you were doing enter into the creation of a music room?
Well, actually, with the microperf itself, what Wenger was looking into is before to change the sound of a room or the way a director would perceive it, you'd have to put in like a cabinet because less space, you'd get more of a higher range absorption. But if you opened another cabinet or something like that with more absorption in there, you could change it, you could get lower absorption. But with this, with the microperf, it has a clean look to it, so they could either put their absorption or diffuser panels behind it, and also to see what kind of characteristics that the microperf had itself, so they could put that on their walls to make it look like it's all just one kind of material. But actually behind it, depending on how much airspace they decide to go with, they could put absorption or diffuser panels behind them to change the tuning of the room.
Early on, Nate, I saw a picture, one of the first pictures that you had up there, I think you said it was of your subwoofer, your box for your subwoofer. There was some, almost like a maze or halfway through there. What's the purpose of that?
Well, subwoofer boxes, you can have, there's 4 different kinds. There's sealed, there's ported, there's fourth order, and then there's bandpass boxes. Sealed would just be, I put another piece of wood on top of here, it's a sealed box. Ported, which is what you saw, has a port in it that actually affects the tuning of the waves. A smaller port would give you higher frequencies, bigger port, lower frequencies of the actual box. So the speaker can actually produce a large range, but it makes it so it's the most loudest, most effective at that frequency that you tune into.
Okay. So along with that then, I think late, maybe too late in our time here in options, we were talking about, geez, we should have done an inquiry on all the work that you've done, because I know that you've done a lot with spent a lot of time with that. And it makes me think about, what